to another video. So I keep getting asked about a new collection room tour, which has taken me a little while to get around to doing, but I have moved house for personal reasons, so I'm now confined to this particular room, and it's taken a lot of work, so it's needed new carpeting and everything painted and whatever. It's taken a while just to get my stuff in, so it did take a little bit longer than I was hoping. I do tend to do these update videos every 6 months rather than doing them all the time, because you're just going to see the same stuff and you'll just get bored of it. So there is going to be some stuff that I'm not going to include in this video because it will go through to my monthly haul video, and I haven't had a chance to put it out yet. And then obviously when I do another collection room tour and an update of the video, then obviously it will all be in there. Now there is still some moving around to do, so please forgive me for that. So if anything looks out of place, that's why. But I will go through the entire Lightning collection that I have. I am only missing one item, which is the Master Morpher, which I'm hoping at some point that I'll be able to grab, and if not, I am just going to have to pay stupid money for it, unfortunately. But other than a couple of doubles, so like the Goldar, I didn't bother with the standard release, but I may just grab it anyway. This is the entire Lightning collection, and I will go through bits of what I've got of random other stuff as well. So let's get into that. So this is my computer desk area or work area, whatever you want to call it. It just has my laptop and stuff out on there. So this is just where I've placed some random bits. So we'll go through and show you what I've got. So up here I have got all my signed figures. So these were all done by Comic Cons in the UK, other than this one, which was sent over by one of the guys at Zero to Hero. So as usual, thanks for that. That was sent over from a Comic Con in Texas. So we have got Billy, Kimberly, Zach, Andros, and of course Rocky up there. So they're all the ones that I've got that are signed so far in a nice little protective case. Got a couple of signed bits over here. It's just some random stuff from FanWord. Some collectible coins, a couple that I've had for a long time, and then these plushies which look quite cool. Unfortunately I did rip the box on that one. I've also got my little light. This was bought on eBay. It's only cheap. It's obviously not a official Power Ranger thing or nothing like that, but I just thought it looked pretty cool and it looks alright on front of the desk. And then I've got the Wild Force picture, which was signed by Jessica Ray, and that was a Comic Con in London. On here, just some random White Ranger bits, which I've tried to keep together, along with the little Innovation Point figures, or Action Q figures. And we've got a Funko Soda, which is just the chase one that I did get with the pack. A couple of random Funkos and just some Red Ranger bits there, along with my one and only graded comic. I don't think I'll bother with anymore, to be honest, but that is pretty cool. On here, I've just got my little retro display. So these are the Hasbro reissues of the flip heads. So they don't look as nice as the original ones, I must admit, but they are pretty cool. Obviously, I had to get them. They're only cheap, and they do just morph like so. And then behind, we've just got the little 6-inch VHS Megazords. These shelves, they haven't changed much since the last couple of videos, apart from a few. So this one specifically hasn't changed, other than I think I updated this. So I did just put a new lens in. So this was the Pink Ranger Morpher originally. I have just adjusted it to have a little green one to go in my shelf, so it sort of matches the other shelves. I am currently looking for a helmet to go in there as well. So I'm waiting to hear back from a guy who's been making them, and hopefully he'll be able to sort me out one of them. But I've tried to keep these with a little theme going, so each shelf has a different color. So we've got, in each of these, the 3 Zero figures, a couple of pops behind just to fill out some of the space. Their Morphers, a couple of little bits at the bottom along with their Hasbro basic figures. Obviously we've got the same for the Yellow Ranger, and then what I've got of the Black Ranger. At the bottom down here, this is my Draken shelf, and I have just put the Ranger Slayer in there with it just because I didn't have room really to put her on her own, and then there's no helmet to go with it, so she did just fit in there quite nicely. A couple of little badges I'd bought from a Facebook page a little while ago. Not a whole lot to look at here, but I have got my little controller holder, which was from Etsy. That is a 3D print and it was hand painted. A couple of little knockoff Lego bits, excuse the dust on there. And my Boom Studios Green Ranger statue there. Over this side, we're continuing the same sort of theme, so you can see what it would potentially look like on the other side once I get helmet. So again, a couple of pops. We've got a Morpher, a few little bits like the Super 7, the helmet and the VHS figure, and then obviously they're color coded to go down, so they're all matching and looking the same. So obviously here we've got the pink, and then the same for the blue, and again for the white, just a couple of added bits in there as well. And again for the helmet, obviously we've got Lord Zed going on here, as well as our cosplay weapons just at the top. And then this is the bulk of the main of the collection. So I have put all the Super 7 Ultimate stuff together so far. I probably will rearrange these when I've got Bulk and Skull to finally finish off these. As I've said in the past, I'm not going to bother with the villains. I have kept these boxed because I think they display better. They don't pose very well anyway. Down here I have got the Funko sodas, so we've got all of them, the standard ones. That one was bought for me because I did get the chase version with that. But they're pretty cool actually, I do enjoy those. Okay, and on to the Lightning Collection figures. I'll start with the Boom Studio shelf first. This is probably actually one of my favourite figures that I've got from the Lightning Collection. He just looks really nice against the gold and the black. But this is the Omega Ranger 4-pack, so obviously you can see behind there we've got the rest. But really, really nice looking figure. He poses well, his chains look really cool. I love the helmet, and again, I do just love the black against everything else. So he does have to take centre stage in that one, I'm afraid, so red can hide up the back. But as you can see, we've got mainly Boom Studio stuff here with a couple of extra added bits. So we've got the Power Swap 2-pack at the back there, Ranger Slayer, my little Draken display with his helmets and his little cronies on the front there. The original Draken at the back with a couple of bits. I did just get these and didn't know where to put them, so these two at the back. So we've got a Disguised Andros and Phantom Ranger. They did make quite an appearance in the comic books last year, so I did just put them in there for the sake of it. I've got the Psycho Green, as well as the cel-shaded edition of the Pink Ranger at the back. I haven't kept her in a box for any reason, as I've said before in previous videos, but I just don't know what to do with her, so she's just going to kind of stay there. And then these two guys, they are the only figures that are not from the Lightning Collection. I did really enjoy playing around with these. I really enjoyed reviewing these. They're from the Legend of the White Dragon, which apparently we're going to see around his birthday time in September, so I've been led to believe. Don't quote me on that. Do with that what you will. But these are nice little figures. The head sculpts are really done very well, actually. And I just thought they'd fit a bit better in the Boom Studios. I did want to put these in with the Lightning Collection because they are the same size, but I just didn't know where to put them. So in with the Boom Studios, they have gone. Over here in the middle, we've got our MMPR shelves. So I have updated a lot of the helmets and stuff on these. So the black one has an updated helmet, as does the pink and the red. The red and the black with the shields on at the back have also got updated helmets. And then this one is just a remastered because he just looks so much better. We've got the Zord Ascension Project Megazord at the back, finishing that off with a nice little 3D printed logo. Underneath, this is my command center build, so this was made out of like a foam. Done very nicely. I'm very happy with that, and I love this little setup. I do probably just need some lights in there to go, but a really cool little morphing scene. Some of my favourite figures probably out of the Lightning Collection that they've done. They definitely needed the update, so I'm pleased that they've done that. I like the little morphing effects they've got at the bottom and the fact that they've all come with morphers and stuff like that, so really nice little section of display going on there. Moving up here, we're sticking with the Mighty Morphin. These are all the bad guys, so we've got a couple of Zed putties, Zed on his throne, we've got the Goldar with the wings at the back. I do have an unhelmeted Green Ranger there just to show sort of how he came into the show, because I just thought that the head sculpt was very fitting for the character at that time. The updated Rita. Over here we do have like season 2 and 3 sort of shelves, so we've got the unhelmeted version there, another 3D printed logo, along with our Ninja Rangers and Metallic Rangers at the back. Unfortunately, we do have an incomplete team here, so that is really buggy that we've just missing maybe, you know, even just one character. 2 would have been better, so Blaze would have had a partner. But I was really happy with this, and when they started bringing out that Yellow Ranger, I did think, well, they perhaps are going to finish it, and then obviously didn't. But the head sculpt even on this Blaze figure is actually really good. He's definitely worth picking up, especially as you can tend to find him around £5 to £10 now in the UK. So if you do see him for around about that price, he is worth putting into the collection. Obviously, we've got our Alien Rangers in the middle. They did all come in a 5-pack together, so they're looking pretty cool. And then the start of Turbo at the back, which is unfortunate. It would have been a nice team to have been able to complete and see what they would have done with that Blue Ranger. Would have been really interesting. I do like what they've done with that Phantom Ranger, and the Blue Centurion does look really nice as well. Over here we have got some completed teams, so we've got Dino Thunder, we've got Mesogog, the rest of the gang, and the white one on the end with his corrected helmet. In the middle, we've got Lost Galaxy. I was hoping that they would do another pink, which is why she doesn't have a helmet on, so I could show one with a helmet and one without. It's not to say I couldn't buy another one, but I probably just won't, to be honest with you. At the back, another one of my favourite teams from the Lightning Collection, just because they look so nice completed, with our Dino Charge figures. Then moving over here, this is my Power Rangers in Space shelf. Does come with the Zord Ascension Project Astro Megazords. Really, really fun to play with. Obviously not without its issues. A lot of the clips and stuff people are saying are breaking. Mine hasn't, but you do have to be careful with these. So we've got the team down here with Andros fighting his sister. A couple of different versions of the Silver Ranger with him on his bike. Obviously the Blue Ranger on his glider looking cool. This is another figure that I did just get really cheap and didn't really know what to do with it, so he is just sat in the box behind, to be honest with you. It's not that I'm keeping it nice for any particular reason. But this is another one of my favourite parts of this shelf. So we do have the bad guys here, so we've got both versions of Ecliptor. Another astronomer in the middle, rocking the pink hair, and then a little display of Psycho Rangers with Zane in the middle. A couple of more completed teams down here. Now this is another one of my favourite shelves, I'm not going to lie. I really, really like the Zeo figures. I did kind of go a little bit over the top on the amount of cogs that I could actually fit on that little display, but they do look pretty cool bunched together. So we've got our pink, blue, red, green, yellow Rangers there, along with Jason from the 2-pack, and then we've got Trey at the back there looking pretty cool. Megazord is from Hasbro and was on sale in Zavvi ages ago for a pretty good price, and to be honest, it's a lot of figure for what I paid. I think it was under £30 or something like that, so I was happy with that. Comes with lots of different changeable helmets and stuff, so pretty cool little Megazord if you can find it. Then we're coming over to Power Rangers SPD, where we've got the original team in the front, along with A-Squad in the middle, and some extras at the back with Doggy and Omega. This shelf down here, this is my crossover shelf, so I've tried to keep themes and stuff together really. So Shredder at the back with our Ninja Turtles, Tommy obviously in Foot Soldier mode at the back there, little bit of breakdancing going on, and as we go along we've got our 4 Street Fighter figures, as well as the 4 main characters from Cobra Kai and a couple of Skelly Putties at the back. Sticking with the Lightning Collection, these are all the bad guys, so we do have various different monsters of the week. So we've got our Snizzard, King Sphinx, Minotaur, Pumpkin Rapper, Eye Guy, all that sort of stuff. A couple of the original Putties, so we've got the 2-pack and then the one from the green. We've got our original Rita from the 2-pack going on there as well, and Pudgy Pig at the back's pretty cool. We have got some single Tengas along with the Tengas from the 2-pack. And don't get me wrong, I do wish that they'd given us a lot more of these, but they were cool. And this is the reason why I've not gone and bought another Sphinx from Super 7. And lastly, from the Lightning Collection, I have tried to keep all the incomplete stuff together. So we've got a couple of Wild Force and some Putrids at the back, various other figures from the last wave. So we did start 3 new teams in the last wave, which means we now have 3 extra incomplete teams, unfortunately. But it is what it is, and I don't take it too seriously enough to worry about stuff like that. Obviously, we've got 2 from Time Force, so we are missing quite a few there. Unfortunately, this is a pretty solid looking team at the start, so putting these Dino Fury figures in, I was excited. I did watch the show and did enjoy it. I did purchase the little Megazord at the back there as well, so it would have been really, really good to have been able to complete that, and I think they would have looked really nice together. So it is a massive shame that we didn't get to do that, but again, it is what it is, and these are the incomplete figures from the Lightning Collection. Moving on to my Green Ranger display. Now this is one of my favourite ones, not this one in particular, but as a whole. The Green Ranger is my favourite, and I wouldn't go as far as saying it's Tommy as a character, but I really, really loved the way that he came in as a Green Ranger, and I've always loved the look of it, as I'm sure many other people do. So I have grabbed a couple of new bits. I was sent this poster and a couple of these bits for free, so if you want to check out any of these bits in a bit more detail, you can look at monthly haul videos or reviews and things like that, because there's plenty of them around on my channel. Obviously, if you've got any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to ask and I'll do my best to answer. We've got a little knockoff Lego. I believe it is an official Power Ranger thing, but it's obviously not made by Lego themselves. Funko Soda, Green Ranger, looks really, really nice. That was the one I was scared about the most, because that was the one that I didn't want in the chase, and I was lucky enough not to get that. A couple of extra figures at the back, some Funko, and a nice PCS statue of the Green Ranger. Now these little Action Q figures are actually really, really good. They're meant to be designed in the thought of looking a little bit like a baby with the overly large head and stuff, but the articulation on them are actually really, really good. You can change a lot of the stuff around with different figures, so you can remove the shield and swap it around with other figures. It comes with quite a few changeable hands and accessories and stuff like that. They do come with these stands that plug into the back, or you can hook it underneath the groin. And they're just really, really nice, fun little collectible figures. So I did have to have these shipped over, and I did get them from AliExpress. They're not knockoff or anything like that. It's just they were the only place that you can order them in the UK and not have to pay an extortionate amount for them. Okay, moving over, we have more Green Ranger stuff. So this is the Zord Ascension Project Dragon Zord, and then behind we've got both Lightning Collection versions, kept sealed in the box there, protected. We have got a lot of little bits here, so I won't go through all of them. So if you have got any questions, you can obviously ask in the comments, let me know, and I'll do my best. This is probably one of my, if not the favourite Lightning Collection figure that I've got. I love that they've updated the helmet, and the shield is removable. It comes with little pins on the back, so really happy with him. Obviously the holster is not quite correct, and it would have been nice to have had the original one on there. But stuff like that doesn't really bother me, and just the overall look of it, and especially when you're sticking him on display, does look really, really cool posed up. So I'm very happy with him. Behind him we have got the Diamond Select bust, as well as a sealed remaster figure. A couple of bits from Super 7 and Funko. Another Lightning Collection figure just here, that is from the Fighting Spirit 2-pack. And then lots of random bits from the 90s, so this is quite cool. I found this really cheap on a buy and sell page. And it was only cheap, but the fact that the card was in such good condition, I couldn't turn it down. I haven't been able to find a case for it yet, so if anyone knows anything that will fit that, please let me know. Behind we do have our original flip head, and it's not a reproduction item. I do have the reproduction as well, so I do know that this is the correct one with the correct date, the correct figure. It's just got a very, very, very nice card, and I definitely underpaid for that. So lots of random Green Ranger bits, anything from the early 90s upwards. Anything Green Ranger that I like the look of, I will just buy and put in the display. It is getting a little bit full, which is why I've had to move into another shelf, which is fine because I still have lots of space going in there, but I do have a lot of stuff to put in there as well. Coming towards the end of the video, so I have got a few extra random stuff in here, but I have tried to keep it all themed, so they are all little Zords and stuff. And they're all roughly about the same size, so they all fit really well. These two are from the Legacy Collection, so these two come with a small figure inside the box, and they were both gifted to me. I was very fortunate enough to receive them for nothing. The articulation on them is pretty good for what they are. And then this one here is just a Super 7 cyborg figure where you can pop the front off and see inside the Dragon Zord. You do have the Green Ranger in there commanding what's going on. Okay, and finally for the video, we will go through the Funkos, and I'm not going to get them all out, don't get me wrong, because they are stacked too high and too deep. So I do have a massive portion of the collection. Other than the first 3 that were released, I am going to skip them because they do just seem to be going for silly money. So I am slowly working my way through the list. Next on the list will be to grab these 2017 movie keyrings just to put on here, and we've got a couple of little silly Funko minifigures going on there. Over here we've got the NFT movie figures, which I will be trying to complete of those, along with some of the bigger Megazords behind there. I'm looking for the rest of these, and I will grab them when they come up on eBay. It's unfortunate we do have to pay a lot of money for them, but it's definitely something I want to get. Again, another NFT Funko. We have got Scorpina in the middle there, along with some small bits at the front, and the Lord Zed Funko Soda. It does actually look pretty cool, and he does come with a chance of getting a chase where there's like just a little flame on there. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot of difference, to be honest, but they're pretty cool. I do like these Funko Sodas. If they do a White Ranger one, I'll definitely buy that. And that about wraps up my collection room tour. So I know it's a small room and I have fit in quite a bit, and I do get a lot of people that are asking me what am I going to do next with space and stuff like that. I have got another cabinet outside, but it may need painting or wrapping to get rid of the wood and change it white so it just matches everything else. And I do have a place to be putting that, and inside that I do intend on having some vintage displays, some Power Rangers the movie display in there. I have got some bits that will be going nicely in that. I'm on the hunt for some Legacy movie figures, unfortunately, which I did tell myself I wasn't going to do, but I've just kind of got stuck with that now. But I will be updating more as I go. And anything like that I will post on Instagram, TikTok and things like that, or do a YouTube short. So if you want to see any of them, feel free to go over to my Instagram and give that a follow, because I do keep most things up to date on there more than anything else. I've got a lot on pre-order, which I will be sharing with you soon. Hopefully it won't take too much longer to come through. But that's it for my collection for now, guys. I have got more videos coming, next week. So if you did enjoy this, please leave a like, and if you want to see more, please consider subscribing. Thanks to everybody who's been subscribing so far and been returning for my videos, because I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you all very soon. Bye!